Hello, 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 everybody, everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, people of the sea, and people of everywhere, planets. Raising kids could be fun and hard. Let's talk about this. Oh, guys, this is my personal opinion. This is a live stream that I am saying my personal thoughts, my personal opinions, how I see life itself. This is a warning for others. I am nowhere near a psychiatrist, a parent, anything of that nature. This is what I see in the aspects in life, guys. And what brings me light to this subject. So with that being said, if you clicked on the video, you may not like what I say, but if you continue on, you can see what I'm actually talking about and make it make sense on your behalf. Because sometimes, yeah, people don't understand me. But yeah, so guys, all right. Now that that has been said, clear statement, clear warning. Again, my own channel. Raising kids, guys. Raising kids. Now, we all were small in the beginning, okay? Everybody was a baby. Now, I don't know what type of baby you could have been in. Like, you could have been an accident baby. You could have been a planned baby. You could have been, a baby that you that was unexpected. It was kind of like unplanned, but it's unexpected because maybe your mother, it was her not that time of the month or whatnot. Like a lot of body issues, you know. And sometimes people think that they can't have kids, and they try, and they try, and they try, and nothing happens. And then eventually in life, because that life has to do with a lot of things too. Sometimes it could be something wrong with the male, something wrong with the female, something like that of that nature. And you're trying to produce, but there's nothing going on. That happens a lot. So there's some people that are just get pregnant right there from like just kissing them. But so like I said, from ground one, we're gonna start from a little baby, not even born yet. So whatever those parents are going through in their life, it could be a good thing. It could be like, yay, we're gonna have a baby, or oh my god, I'm gonna have a baby, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. Or it's all like, I'm gonna have a baby and I am not ready and I do not want to keep it. So there's a lot of scenarios that I'm going to be talking about through the whole entire live stream. So you're going to hear me bouncing around all these scenarios because all these scenarios are actually real life things that happen in life. By the way, guys, I'm probably going to make this video 31 minutes. If anybody joins, I'll be here just a tad bit longer. But I kind of want to, talk about this. Let's talk about this. So when a mother has a feeling towards the baby, it feels more nourishing. I believe I made a live stream my last season about how a kid can feel unloved or something like that. It's a whole like I think 45 minutes live stream that I did. If you haven't seen that, you can go watch it. It's about one of my coworkers' wife's son, and it's a really crazy story. And I have put story time. I gotta drink my H2O too. So sometimes in the family household, you get a mother and a father that do want a child. Sometimes you get the mother that doesn't want the child, but the father does want a child. Sometimes you get the opposite. The father doesn't want the child, but the mother has that motherly feeling. Some mothers will do. I see some teenagers. So, whenever it becomes, when the baby comes out, it's a different feeling for a lot of mothers. Some mothers, they will tend to be motherly and say, I love and cherish, this is my whole entire world. Not just only mothers and fathers too, but mainly mothers. And this is only some mothers. I can only say some mothers. So it's a natural instinct for a mother to feel this bodily love and joy when the baby comes out and hearing every little thing of it. Like a lot of the times, I can't say the same thing about men. Not too many men. It takes time for men. Some men, I can't say all men, but the majority of men is all like they have the love for their child, but they don't have that, you know, that passion, that feeling, that every desire, and it just kind of gets complicated right there. But if you catch my drift, sometimes you have these other parents that don't know how to be parents. When I tell you that kind of ticks me off, that kind of ticks me off. Like, if you don't see the world and see how kids are and how they learn and stuff, something's wrong with you. Like, where have you been? Like, I do not have kids, guys. I already know what a kid is literally thinking, like a baby, or like trying to learn something. Like, I already know their instinct. I already, like, since I've been around people that have kids, it's already natural to me to know maybe why the baby is crying, because as a mother or a father, but mostly mothers, you have to know why your baby is crying. You have to. It has to be in you. If you don't know that, and you're a new mother, it just like, again, it bothers my mind, because I can hear a baby and I can hear him crying. It could be a bad cry, a lonely cry, an irritation cry. Sometimes you just need to change the baby's diaper. Sometimes it's an ear irritation and something's burning in their ears. Sometimes they're feeling some sort of way and they don't know how to express it because they still have a lot of emotions that they haven't figured out. Like, again, I know babies and I don't even have one. So as time progresses, guys, it is fun to have kids when you feel like a kid themselves. Let's say they turn 7 years old, and you're going out to the park with them. I kind of jumped the loop a little bit, but they turn 7 to 8 years old, and you're going out to the park with them. You're adventuring with them. You're exploring with them, and it just makes you jolly and folly inside, because the way you felt, the way you feel. Like I said, I kind of jumped the gun, but toddlers too, guys. Okay, hear me out. Toddlers, guys. We know all toddlers go through something. They don't know how to act. They don't know anything. You have to teach them. Whenever I was young and I said if I was going to have a kid, I was going to be the parent that says no to anybody and be overprotective, because I want them to learn right after. Like, I say 6 months. Within that 6 months, that kid is gonna know where the ABCs and where to put the blocks are. Like, I want that kid to outsmart me. Like, just It may sound wrong, but I want that kid to be more sophisticated than ever. I want to teach him about everything at a young mofo age. Now that's where you call the toddler section. So, well, sometimes like 3 year olds, 4 year olds are trying to learn how to walk. You may love and want to cherish the moment that they are actually crawling the ground. However, the body rhythm, the body movement, you do need to pick them up and show them the ground. Show them. Actually, I think this video might be a little bit longer because, yeah, I got a lot to say. Um, so you show them the ground, you show them the movement. If you show, hold on, go this one crazy. If you show the baby how to walk at a different time in their life, at a different age, at a different weight, your baby may turn out flat-footed. And it could actually run in the family, but this is just an FYI because this is where I've seen the most errors in life where people get so excited for their baby to walk. Their foot is not formed. If you don't know this by now, it's a little sphere, yeah, and it's trying to form. When you place the baby on the floor where his feet haven't formed yet, you either get a bow-legged walk later in the future, a flat foot later in the future, or the out foot, So it makes sense how people have different body types. People have different like ways of walking. Some walk different, some walk slanted. Like it's all down to square one when you're a baby and a toddler going into that section. Okay, so again, it can be fun, or it can be hard, whichever you feel like it is. Because for me personally, I could have a baby right now, and I already know that I already know the algorithm what's gonna happen. Like that's just me, because I've been living with it for a long time. But yeah, so along with that baby has to come with basically learning, guys. Learning. You have to teach a baby or kid. Let's just say we're kid. We're gonna stay kid for right now, from 1 year old all the way down to 11. No, 12, because then you go to 12, 13. Okay, all the way down to 12. You gotta teach the kid a lot of things about life. You can teach them how to live life earlier in life. That's on you, because you got to tell them how life is. You got to tell them how, well, sometimes people let their kids go to school so they can learn that, but don't just let the school teach them. You teach them why a balloon is up in the air. Teach them why a clown looks like a clown. Like teach them what why are ABCs? What is the rhythm of this, like a little song, like Ring Around the Rosie. Teach them that's not an actual kid song. Like, I hate to break it to your heart. Also, too, you can lie all you want in life with kids. They don't know nothing. So people that lie to their kids, such as Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, people that lie those little lies, that's on you, because that's something, a precious moment. But once the kid grows up, they're going to realize, what the heck? So Santa Claus was not even real? The Tooth Fairy was not even real? You were actually putting money underneath my, like, you got to make sure it makes sense. It's a little, I understand it's a little like a teaser in life where you want the kid to think that Santa Claus is real, to think that presents just randomly popped up under the tree and stuff. It makes total sense. You know, you want that innocent mind. But like I was saying, a lot of people, a lot of people say raising kids is hard, not not because of, not, let's just say not because of the kid himself. They're saying raising kids is hard because of how expensive it could be. It could be. There is plenty of sources these days. Plenty of sources. People that have kids have it made, basically. If they don't want the government's help, they don't have to have the government's help. You can literally go down to the church and get you some free kid stuff. It's not government. The government's not giving you a whole check. Those are people that are making donations towards hungry kids, towards kids that need clothing, donations. And everything comes to financing when it comes to having kids is hard. Because to me, I wouldn't say having a kid is hard. I would say this comes to my next conclusion. My conclusion, not my conclusion, but my next topic is teenage life. Bruh. When I tell you, when I tell you, when I tell you, that's going to be the most difficult part in raising a kid, going into a teenager. Oh, they're 13 now. Oh, they don't like you now. You're not on their side now. It's very, 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 very rare for a kid. Hello, hello, welcome in. For a kid to continue to like their mom and their dad and their parents and everything else when they're a teenager. It's very rare. Very, very rare. And a lot of the teenagers that grew up, they get hormonal, they get emotional. Nobody teaches them, again, only the school does. And whenever, like when I was in school, we had, let's just say, hold on, Google's going crazy. Let's just say it was it's a health class, and I'm not going to name what health class. Let's just say a health class where they gave us as teenagers, trying to make us understand how our hormones are being. So they literally gave us a basket full of condoms, full of like pads, period pads, tampons, and some other stuff more. Like, and the reason behind that is because they're trying to educate him. But the only thing is, when they're trying to educate a teenager, every teenager is gonna go, ah, yeah, 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 ah. They don't actually get it. Doesn't brain set in their mind because they're not paying attention. They're just seeing how funny that is. How the male product looks, how the female product looks. That's so hilarious. They really don't get into it until things occur in life. And so it's just like, hold on. When I tell you, it has been a world journey full of people and their kids. When they become a teenager, it's a total different story. It's just like when you were in school. I don't know if they still do this. I have no idea. But when elementary students were in school, they had a thing called DARE program. I don't know if you know, you know, you don't. You don't know, you know. But DARE program was a program that basically said no to pills, to sniffs, to the W, to everything of that nature. I knew so many people that were in that program, and when they became a teenager, oh, what did they do? Oh, they did it. Oh, they did it all because of ego-ness and popularityness. Now that's where again another subject is where it's all like raising kids is hard and easy. It can be fun, easy, hard. Like you have to educate your kids on what these pills do to you, what popularity is, because I don't know. I think I heard on somebody's somebody's channel. This girl says that she's trying to she's trying to get her kid into sports. What do you want to put your kid in sports? Yes or no? Because a sport should be chosen, just like clothing. Your kids are forced to wear the clothing that you put on their back. I myself, yeah, it would be fun to clothe a baby, clothe a kid, but at the same time, that kid needs to understand their own personality. What do they actually like? If they like what you like, then let them have it. Let them put it on. I myself was forced to wear dresses, to wear pink, to wear girly things. And that was not me. Like, that was not me. So we are forced to wear things that our parents basically put on because we have no say so. We have no action. Like, we have no personality because, again, that's the parents' fault. Could be, should be. I'm not sure, but that's the way I feel. Let your kid explore. Let your kid go through something. Don't have them be fashionable. You know, a lot of people like to do shoes, and then their kid turns out to have a shoe collection like off the max. So, teaching your kids about life is a big world. It's a big circle. Sure, your child may be 8 years old, not too far along from teenager. And it's crazy because there was one teenager that went to jail because of he pew pewed some chick on the bus, the metro bus. Two teenagers. One was 16 and the other one I think was 18. And then so like they pew pewed and they got a hold of a pew pew at the same time, like, where are their parents? At the same time, you're like, 16. Let me see. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. 5 years ago, they were innocent. Oh, they were innocent. They were mama's boy or whatever, daddy's boy. And every time I see a teenager getting K'd or something like that of that nature, all you can think is the lack of education that maybe their parents may not had. And here's another thing. So, I all the time see kids, teenagers love a certain thing. I'm gonna just say, let's say music. Because music, guys, is a key in life that some people can't succeed in because of their parents or because of their parents. And that's both ways. So, hello, welcome in. There's so many movies out there. Literally. So many movies where their parents says, don't play that instrument, don't play the piano, don't play that rap music, don't go for that goal, that they want, that you are going into music. Like something about music or musician or like piano or something like that, or guitar is another one. When it comes to those situations, all the time I'm like, it's so typical for a parent to tell their child not to do this, not to do that, because first, they want their child to go a certain way. They want them to get a career, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be this, be that. But inside, their child has grown into a person and that they want to do something else. They don't want to do what their parents told them. They want to find themselves. There's so many people that drown their kids saying, you have to go to college, you have to go to college or take a trade or something like that and get into something. And then there's so many kids out there, teenagers, that are like, I don't want to do that right now. I want to just kind of work and make some money and play my guitar, you know. And again, it's a it's a big mixture, big posture of a whole bunch of shit. I mean, ish. I'm getting so excited. But so that's the hard part. Another hard part, guys. I'm raising kids. Is letting them grow. Letting them grow. You can't hold their hand forever. You can't keep them in your house forever. They gotta grow. They gotta feel it out. Now, if you are special needs, that makes sense. But if you're not special needs and you have a good brain, you have a good rhythm, let them go, guys. Being a parent is so hard for this because I see a lot of families that struggle to let their kids grow up. And it's crazy, huh? So letting your kids grow up. This is one, relationships. Just because you don't want them to get in a relationship, you should not stop them. You should not stop them from getting married. You should not stop them from having kids. You should not stop them from falling in love, because that's a lot of parents' opinions. Like, no, 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 don't take my son, don't take my daughter. No, no, you can't get pregnant. No, 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 you can't do that, kids. You can only educate them and present them with life for so long. And then that's it. They have to grow up and they have to learn. And one way of let me see how it doesn't sound so wrong. One way of letting them learn is to set your standards high too. Your teenager, you said, if you get pregnant, you're out of here. Okay, she's pregnant. The baby showed up. Oh, that's such a cute baby. And the next day, you know it, her mom likes the baby. After she literally just says, hey, if you have a kid, I'm kicking you out. Well, it's not in that motherly instinct, sometimes, quotation. It's not that motherly instinct to, oh, okay, I'm going to kick out my daughter because now she's got a kid. Then they get comfortable, and then they have another kid. And then they have another kid. Instead of letting them learn and teaching them that that's not the right thing to do. Go get a job. Pay for these. I understand that, you have a kid, but now you got to figure out how to raise a kid. They got to figure out that. You already did your job. Now they have to do it. You told your teenager so many times not to sneak out. You're going to get somebody pregnant, or you're going to get pregnant. And then they get pregnant. And it's like, once they turn 18, yes, you can let them go, but where are they going to go? They have to figure that out. Don't just cherish them. And that's one thing, you can only get walked around over, in my personal opinion, for a certain amount of time. Like, I don't know, it's just my opinion. So, oh man, it's just raising kids, guys. I need to talk about this. It is a must have talk about. I absolutely I understand a lot of parents. I have a coworker that I talked to and that I made a manager because I told her she's manager capability. I asked her. Hold on, give me a sec. Like I said, this video might be a little longer because I'm just kind of in rant mode. I asked her, what does she want to do in life? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know. And she's like 20, what is she? 23 or 24? I think 24. And I asked her, I'm like, I don't know, I feel like she has a lot of potential in something, and I see that her future could be bright if she stepped it up a notch. But little did I know that she was not legal here. And so I was just thinking, like, I asked her, what are you going to do? And then she's like, I don't know. I said, you ever want to have kids? She's like, no, not right now. I like kids, but not like that. And she just kept shrugging. Tell me, why, about 5 months later or so, I find out that she's pregnant. And she did not tell me, and she tells me everything. And whenever I asked her, I said, I didn't ask her if she was pregnant, but I asked her, I said, is everything okay? And then she's all like, yeah, I'm just sick. I don't know. And I'm all like, you're just sick. Yeah, my stomach hurts. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And a little bird told me what happened. And after that, I continued on and wait for the next day. And I was like, I said her name. I said, hey, a little bird told me something. Then she's all like, um, what? I said, a little bird told me something. That, she's like, she whispers, yeah, I'm pregnant. And I'm all like, well, that's good, no? And then she's all like, kind of a sad face. And I'm all like, was she that scared to have a baby? And it accidentally happened? And it's just like, she never knew. And it was she was in her 2 months. She was in 2 months. Because I asked her, I said, what's going on? And then she said, I'm 2 months. And then after quite some time, I encouraged her. I tried to lift her up because I know it's very devastating to find out when you are just trying to live life and stuff. And that happens to you. I know it's very, very devastating. But the thing is like, if you have a person like me that encourages you to go forward in life, life changes, life happens. Life just literally saw you not making a move. This is my calling. This is what I'm saying. Life saw her that she was not making a move, that she was down in the dumps, that something needed to brighten her up. So once that baby comes out, I'm pretty sure that's going to be 100% a different story, a different chapter in life. And I'm proud of her. I'm glad for her because she did not know where to go. But again, the moral of the story is it can be very devastating. It could be very sad. It could be fun. It could be fun. It could be hard and financially not be stable. So all the above, guys. All the above. I said a lot. I said a lot in this video. Also, like I said, If you're a mother, let me know in the comment section down below. How are you raising your kids? How did you raise your kids? How did they turn out? How did you feel when they left the nest? Because, again, that's called growing. And I just see that, like I said, I see that in a whole bunch of movies. Also, when I see in a whole bunch of movies, I just saw, my grandma was watching the Michael Jackson movie. And it's funny to me that every single artist, such as like Selena, Michael Jackson, uh, I think Tina Turner, all these artists, right? They all go through something with their parents, and they don't want them to grow up and have these kind of feelings and falling in love. And it's crazy because in that Michael Jackson movie, about half of the freaking people that he wanted to make a star, wanted to make a band, they fell in love. Half of them. I don't know the whole full story of the Michael Jackson movie, but there's a whole movie, and it's like, Dad, I want to get married. And he's like, No, you shouldn't get married. Don't get married. You have a whole career ahead of you. You cannot screw this up. Same thing with Selena. You know, she fell in love. She wanted to go out. She wanted to do all these things, and the father is like, No, no, you gotta mess everything up. A lot of artists, that are ancient, old now, they all went through something like that of that nature, and it's crazy to believe. But I thought I should just input that there because it is crazy, you know. And I'm not saying raising kids is easy. I'm not saying raising teenagers is easy. I'm not saying raising anything is easy, like a dog or a cat, blah blah blah. But sometimes it can be fun if you let it. There's so many people that have accidental childs when they're younger, like when they're 13, like, or yeah, when they're 13, because your hormones kicked in. And now, well, let's say 15. Let's just say 15 to make it even. So 15. After they're 15, you're 25. So they're 10, 35. Well, you catch my drift. You're trying to have fun along the way, and you felt like it was on time and the need to be like a mother at 23, and your child is like what, 18, 19, and now you're vibing with your teenager at 25, you know, or 29 or whatever. But yes, guys, I just wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this, like this was on my mind. Also, too, let me in the comment section down below if you hear me out on this video, because a lot of people would completely disagree, have their own opinions and stuff. But I said in the beginning of the video how it's gonna play out, what am I gonna say, what to expect. So if you come on my channel, just know that that's how I feel. That's how I see the world, how I see reality. I don't have a kid myself. I had a mother that did not love me at all. She abandoned me. She didn't care for me. She had never a motherly instinct. And it's so like I come from a different background too. So I know, I just know. Anyways, guys, whew, raising kids could be fun and hard. Let's talk. Thank you for watching. Again, let me know anything in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.